Hey, hello. How is everybody? Hello, Salman. Hello, Tito, Thomas, Tocayo. Hello, Anne. Hello, Patrick, Joe, Tio Joe. Hello, Ken, Shoki, PV. What's happening? Hey, Nacho. This Nacho is Harry. Harry, are you? This is Nacho. Hello, Alex. Hey, Mr. Hans. Hello, Felipe. Hello, Michelle. All right, guys. Hey. Thank you, Harry, for coming. I'll try to I'll try to do your trade first, so you can just go back to your office. Hey, Kumar. Hello, Wendy. Hey, Paul. Hi, Lilia. All right, guys. So let me show you what I had. Well, first, yesterday, I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a trade. For being honest, I did not scale out as usual. So that's why I still had like a big chunk of my position. And I was not struggling because I was I wasn't doing anything. I was just waiting patiently for my trade. It ended well, 25% or something like that at the end. Uh, but it took way longer than expected. So I'm sorry. Yesterday it was just I can't live stream and trade at the same time, right? It's just, it's not awkward. It's not right. It's not right. Something is going on with the SPY QQQ. Finally, they are actually doing what I was expecting. I will show you what. All right. So hello, Francine. Hi, Fulvio. Let's get started. So I was looking at SPY today. So SPY, it was a really clear break, displacement, retest of the 5-minute opening range low all the way to previous week high. Why? Why do you think, guys? Why do you think my target here will be previous week high? And it's not like, it might be something like, oh well, that's enough risk reward or whatever. But why do you think it's important previous week high? Can you please type in the chat? Why do you think previous week high will be expected a bounce or a reaction right here? Higher time frame, bullish market structure, yes. Well, that's one of the answers. But yes, thank you very much, PB. So this is the equivalent of a break and retest of previous day high, but in the higher time frame, right? So yeah, it's not only the next key level, but this is what we call external liquidity, right? External liquidity. Do you remember? Well, maybe you don't remember, but on every session I talk about my 15-minute chart key levels. Those are kind of internal liquidity, right? But the ones with the blue lines, or the ones with on the daily chart, they are external liquidity. So if you don't know about liquidity, guys, this is your signal to start learning about liquidity. Because price goes from one liquidity pool to the other, right? All right. So here, again, I was looking for the break, displacement, retest, 5-minute opening range high. And I was like, okay, well, I have two very clear objectives here. First is low of the day, and it's also pre-market low. And the second one is this previous week high, or 670, right? 670. So as you can see here, this actually went almost to the T. Actually, this is 669.98. So again, the round numbers, the whole numbers, the half numbers are playing nicely on the indices. So that was the actual only play that I was looking with my system or my playbook. This was a very clear break, displacement, retest of an intraday 5-minute opening range low, aiming to the previous week high, or 670, 67. I don't know. For being honest, I don't even think that's funny. But my kids, they just go crazy every time that like, oh, so how many are there? I don't know, like six, seven. Oh, six, seven, and they do like six, seven. I know it's a young guys kind of thing. All right. Uh, come on, Palma, we're at 6-7. All right. So yeah. I mean that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know why it's funny. Uh, all right. So Kumar, you missed this one for some reason. I had QQQ contract. Well, I have. I know the reason, Kumar. Actually, QQQ was looking weaker than SPY. Probably that's why you were focusing on the other. I'm not saying that you were right, but in my opinion, QQQ was looking weaker than SPY. I actually took 2 trades on QQQ, and I'm gonna show you in a minute. So, guys, do you have any question on SPY? Why I wouldn't take a trade here? I mean, well, this actually this is a very good. This is a This is a very good area for the break and retest, but I don't know. Like this is still not the change of character or break of structure. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't take this one to the upside. But it ended nice, right? This squeeze was really good. But well, let's go to QQQ. So these are my 2 trades on QQQ, and I love them. Why? Because they were super clear. First, I was having a bit of FOMO with this candle here, right? So this is the pre-market low. This is the 5-minute opening range low. So when we had this break, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just great. But this is not enough displacement. I don't know why I don't like it. It's just like, no, I don't like it. So I didn't take anything here. In my opinion, this was like first it was 9:42, so it's still too early in the morning. And second, look at this displacement. It's just like 610.55, and this is 47. It was like 8 cents displacement, so I just didn't like it. So Destiny Destiny offered me the second entry point, right? So now we have displacement. This is a very decent displacement. We came back, retested 5-minute opening range low, pre-market low. Look at the reaction right here. Look at these candles right here. So we have 1 reaction, 2 reaction, 3 reaction. Look at this inverted hammer candle. This is the one that I like, and then I was just waiting with my finger on the trigger for the break of this 5-minute opening range low and confirming the direction to the downside. So I enter right here and I scale out like right here. When we were struggling to break the low of the day, I actually unloaded all of my contracts on this area. So my first trade was really good. This was really good. But for some reason, the top here, it was like 40%. It was like 40%, and I love it. I mean, I'm not saying that. Oh well, this was not a good trade. No. This was a really good trade, 40%. But then we had this pullback, reclaim the 5-minute opening range, reclaim the pre-market low. But look at the reaction right here. 611.29, that's a key level on the, look at this. That's a key level. That was a key level on the 15-minute chart. And look at this. This is actually a really nice point of reaction. All right. So right here, I was like, oh my gosh, this was a really nice reaction here. And let's see what happened. And then we had this impulsive candle to the downside. It had some reaction here on this pivot low, or pivot high or swing high. And I was like, oh, well, this is probably just the break and retest to the upside. But no, This next candle was actually retesting this, and I said like, oh well, this is just like kind of the 84% rule for my first trade. I'm gonna take this one here. So again, I was ready here. I took almost the same price on my contracts. The first trade was like 76 or something like that, and this second trade, I got them 72 cents. 72 cents. And look at this. I was aiming low of the day right here. I was aiming low of the day, and I was like, okay, this is the time when we actually break. But it didn't happen. But look at these contracts. Look at these contracts. 80.5%. 80.5%, 80% on these contracts. I was like, well, come on. I mean, I'm just gonna unload like 80% of my trade. So I was actually on runners right here. I was actually on runners right here, and I ended cutting like somewhere here. This pullback, I actually didn't take it. I got stopped out on break even somewhere here. Later on the day, guys, I don't know, like a few areas of interest here. Look at this was a good break retest of this battle zone. Nothing too interesting here for me, but if you are one of the guys taking trades to the upside on the indices, well, I think this was the break of your bull flag wedge. I don't know how to call this, but nice reclaim of this 611.29. The first rejection, we took it to the downside. So now nice reclaim of this, and when it actually broke this, it was a nice opportunity to the upside. It actually went a few dollars. It's 611.46. Well, $1.50. It was a nice one. I don't know why it keeps dropping here. It keeps dropping to the pre-market low. Look how many reactions right here. So for tomorrow, what zone are you looking? For tomorrow, what zone you will be looking? Well, it's kind of very clear, right? All right. Anyone took a trade on QQQ? Luke, are you around? Yeah. What's up, Luke? You also took QQQ, right? Or you took SPY? Kumar, Neto, when you have a good entry with good displacement, but some key level is very close to your entry, like pre-market low or previous day low, do you still take the entry? Yeah, I mean, I have, listen to this. I have the key levels as a reference, but they are not, my key levels are not trigger for my trade. I mean, that just watching a line on my chart is not triggering anything. I need to identify a zone, right? So if you can zoom out, look left, and identify a relevant zone, yes, I don't care if the previous day low it's close. I don't care if the pre-market low or previous day, I don't care, because I watch the zones. All right, that's what you should be looking at, not the lines but the zones. All right. So for example here, I think this is a really good example, right? You may see here that this key level 611.29, it's a key level on the 15-minute chart, but after today's price action, what do you think? Would you trust more this area here or this area around pre-market low? Bounce, rejection, bounce, rejection, bounce, rejection. So guys, we need to stop looking at the key levels like a flat lines and start looking at the key levels like battlegrounds, like areas of relevance. All right. Hey, Bets Boy. QQQ entries. Come on, look, 937, dude. You are getting cocky here. 937. That was really nice. What were you looking? What were you looking? Look, 61129. What were you looking? Can you see, guys? For all of you that you don't watch the pre-market, that you don't do a pre-market prep, you are missing out on these kind of trades because you are not watching these relevant areas, right? So can you see here? It was resistance, resistance, turn into support, turn into resistance, turn into support, turn into resistance. This was the battleground area for the pre-market, and it was our 15-minute chart key level. So this was a sniper entry here. Sniper entry here. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, support level from yesterday. Yeah. We just talked about that. And then 946. 946. Okay. Well, look here. Look here, took this baby displacement here, and he just trusted the reaction on low of the day, 5-minute opening range low. It actually ended working here. What I was waiting for more displacement here, because maybe Luke was scared here on this pullback, right? Did you close your trade here, Luke, or you were holding? Yeah. CL QQQ puts 1039, 1039, 1039 here, here. 1039 here. It was a nice entry. For me, it was a nice entry. It just didn't work because we already got all the liquidity here, 609.50, 6010. So it just went higher. But yeah, I understand what you tried here. And it actually made a lot of sense, right? So you were having a lower high and you were expecting a lower low. Yeah, it just didn't happen, right? Alex, you entered 1032, 1032. Why 1032, Alex? Anticipating the break or chasing something? 609.86, 609, 609.86, 609.86. Like this one, 609.86. This one here. I think anyways, 609.36, 86. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. Thank you, Fulvio. All right. All right. So, question for you guys. If this is the area, the battleground where everything has been happening, would you take this break, displacement retest here to the upside? Yes, no, and why? Yes, no, and why? Would you take this trade here? I mean, this didn't work, right? But do you guys see this break, displacement retest of this battleground here? battleground here. Rejected 5-minute opening high. I will wait for that retest, but it still looks good to me. All right, higher high and higher low. Yeah, yeah. I really like it to the upside. I really like it to the upside. It didn't work. These candles here, I don't know what's there. 611.50. Something is there. I mean, it opening price, previous day close, 611.50. Once it broke 611.50, look at this. All right. No, back below to the key level. Francine looks good after the fact, but after all these swings, I will be very hesitant. Okay. Ionic, I wouldn't, because I will want to see that previous pivot break and read that 611.29. This one here. All right, I understand. So if it will reject this 611.29, you might enter something like this. This is the reclaim of 611.29. So guys, I mean, this is a nice market structure. Higher high, higher low, retest of this battleground here. 610.75. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. It just didn't work, right? Inside the 5-minute range, beginner rule. Well, that's also a good one. That's also a good one. If yeah, if if you are a beginner, if you are starting to backtest your moves, if you are if you are only sticking to higher probability trades, that's a very nice comment, Kent. Yeah, you want to wait to be out of the 5-minute opening range. Yeah, actually, that's a very good comment, Ken. Thank you, brother. Hi Neto, how are you? Love your streams. Thank you, Basil. Thank you, thank you. Lilia, I took one on SPY, the retest of the battleground a bit later on. What time? If you guys want me to show your trade here, just send me your entry candle. Use Eastern Standard Time, please. Your entry candle, and what was your reasoning, right? Like, oh, the break and retest of this key level, or the breakout of this consolidation, or my stop was at this key level, or whatever, right? That just help me with that. All right. So this was AMD again. AMD was looking very nice to the short side. Break, displacement, retest of this opening price. And also I would like to take this trade here, right? When breaking the 5-minute opening range low, aiming to 37. Round number, whole number, and I think it's a strike, right? It's a strike. And then this is a second opportunity here, right? This is the break and retest of this previous low of the day. Right here. Previous low of the day, below pre-market low. I really like this one here. And then I will wait for, because of these impulsive candles here, this 235, it's a good, it's a really good key level on the 15-minute chart. This actually went all the way to previous day low, and what we will be expecting on previous day high and previous day low, reaction. I mean, not a bounce, not a rejection, but reaction, right? So you are paying a lot of attention right here. All right. Anyone took a trade on AMD? Anyone took a trade on AMD? No one? All right, let me go to SPY again. Just Lilia, 11.19. But what were you trying here, Lilia? calls, puts. All right, Joseph, 1014, entry, calls, 1014, 10, 1014 here. Joseph, 1014, entry out, 5 minutes high. 1014 Eastern. Joseph, this is SPY, yes. 1115, maybe. Market time. All right, no, I didn't get it. Felipe, 946 puts. 946 puts. You took the same trade than Luke. Good. All right, Amazon, guys. Amazon, do you remember this old friend 220? On the daily chart, we go to the 220 and you will see here resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, support. 220. All right, 220 relevant key level, higher time frame key level, multiple touches on the daily chart. Once you reclaim these 220, that's a party to the upside, right? That's a party to the upside. So you were waiting just an entry point on the smaller time frame. And this was a very clear break, displacement, retest of the 5-minute opening range above the 220. So if you take this entry here and you were aiming to 222, well, you have a 1 to 4.5 risk reward. Anyone took something on Amazon today? I know Amazon has not been very day trader friendly. It has been kind of crazy, but well, still some good chances once in a while. Nvidia, guys, Nvidia, look at this. You will say like, Neto, what are you looking here? This is way below previous day low. This is way below pre-market low. This is way below 5-minute open range low. Well, guys, this is the 181.50. Round numbers, half numbers, whole numbers, right? So this is a really nice break retest, 181.50. Is there something 181.50? I just 181.50. Well, I think that's a actually that's a really nice key level, right? 181.50. Yeah. Again, this is the break and retest, one candle, two candle confirming the move to the downside, and you will be looking to what? 180. This was a 1 to 3.6 risk reward. 180.50 key level on the 15-minute chart. This is a 1 to 2 risk reward. And then the next one, it's the break and retest of this area here, right? This area here. What is this? Oh my gosh, 181, round number, whole number, right? 181, break, retest, you wait 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. You are like, oh well, I mean, this is an order block. This is the one candle rule, if you want to call it like that. This is the order block on the candle wick of this up close candle on the down close on the downside or the downtrend. So this is the break and retest of this order block here, and also it's the 181 whole number, round number. So you take another trade here and you are aiming to low of the day. Low of the day was 180 and a few cents more, and this went all the way to here. It was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. Patrick, you entered Amazon 950 here. All right, I got you. So this was a nice break displacement retest of this area here to 1932. It never hits that key level, but I got what I mean. We got the idea. We got the idea. That was a really nice trade. That was a really nice trade. And give me 1 second, guys, because one of one of the members of the community sent me a trade. Give me 1 second. He was Harry. Harry sent me Amazon 948. Amazon 948 here. No. He entered 946. Harry, are you still there? Yes, 946. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Harry. All right. So 946 here. So there are a few things here, Harry. All right. So the first one is the actual break and retest of any relevant key level. It's not here. I mean, even when you are watching, look at this. Even when you are watching this kind of pattern here, like this break. I mean, if you are buying here on this area, you are actually buying a breakout at high of the day. You are actually anticipating this breakout at high of the day. So what can happen here? Well, exactly what actually happened to you. You have this reaction here, it come back for some liquidity, and then it actually breaks the high of the day. So one of two, or you were very late on this retest or break of this pattern here, or you were anticipating the breakout. So that's why this trade was kind of a low probability, because also it was super close to 220, right? So again, we are not expecting a bounce or a rejection of 220, but we are expecting some sort of reaction, right? Some sort of reaction to collect some orders here. So it might, like it might just skyrocket from here, but it might reject to the downside, or just consolidate for a while right here at 220, right? So that's what I think it happened. This was, or too late for this for this move from here, or too early for this. Actually, look at this. If you bought here 946 right here on this candle, you actually had the break and then the displacement and retest of the exact same level. So this will be your ideal trade, not here on the breakout, right? Are you following me here, Nacho, Harry? All right. Okay. Yeah, this was your re-entry, right? This was your re-entry. Yeah. So that that's my reasoning here, right? You are buying at high of the day, and you may have what actually happened, a reaction right at the high of the day. So it came back a little bit and then actually broke high of the day. It was also the 5-minute opening range high. All right. Thank you, guys. What is this? This was Nvidia. This was Tesla. Tesla, as always, doing absolutely crazy things. So it went from high of the day to low of the day in 2 candles, because Tesla. Because Tesla. And then, guys, this is something that I wanted to show you here. Once you have this break of structure, that once you have this change of character, you have your market structure really clear, and you actually have like a nice trend line here. So I'm not saying that you can have like a good trade from here to here or whatever, but I'm just trying to explain how to read market structure here. And Can you see how this is actually a higher high from here? And well, what about this one here? I know, look at all the consolidation at this area, or all the reactions at this area. It was support, support, then break, resistance, 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 resistance. So what are you waiting here? Well, you are waiting for a nice candle to the downside. So maybe you don't enter on this retest here, and maybe this candle was just too fast. All right, but this is something to consider, right? Can you see here? And also, can you see how this area was also important on the pre-market and the previous day? So guys, what I want you to start doing is zoom out, look left. All right, zoom out, look left. All right. Tesla, that expensive. Yeah, it's earnings week, right? I think it's earnings week for Tesla. That's why. Uh, Give me 1 second here. Tesla earnings on Wednesday. Relevant today is Netflix, Coca-Cola. Tomorrow, Tesla, and that's it. Thursday, it's gonna be interesting. Intel, after all the government money here. The OG Apple. Yeah, let's go to Apple. On Friday, yeah, I think we are all waiting for Netflix today, Tesla tomorrow, and Intel on Thursday. All right. High earnings. General Motors is going off, like bankruptcy or something. No. All right. So really nice market structure to the upside after swiping the pre-market low. Look, 1158. Come on, look, 1158 right here. Yeah, it did. Yeah, well, this is actually like super nice. Break and retest previous day close and this swing high, right? This on 5 minute opening range. Yeah, this is actually a really nice entry here. Ended not working later, but okay. I'm really liking this is this is just a personal introspection. I'm really liking the break and retest on market structure. I think that's my thing. That's my thing. I know I need to be ultra sharp identifying liquidity pools. I know. But I really think that this break and retest of market structure with intraday liquidity pools, it's my thing for real. Especially on the indices, same day expiration. As you guys can see, I've been consistently having nice trades. So yeah, so guys, I might be starting to try this same kind of trades on tech names. I still don't know which one, but I want to I want to bring some experience share for you on the tech names, because yes, I know I've been doing well on the indices, but you guys want to see the names that you are trading, and I know most of you don't trade SPY or QQQ because they move too fast, they don't have any context or reference. So probably beginning next year I will be doing this same kind of trades, the break and retest on market structure for tech names. If you have a favorite, guys, just let me know on the chat and we will start looking at them, because I will make Luke to watch for a name or two. So I will be watching one or two names, and Luke he will be watching one or two names, and we will bring a lot of experience to you. All right. Uh, what are you doing, Luke? Gold futures at night? Come on, brother. You are gambling there. Hey, Kumar. Yeah, I love it, and that's the right approach. I mean, don't believe on anything Neto says. Don't believe on anything Jack says. Don't believe on anything Tony says, because all of them, all of the coaches, they have their own edge, their own personality, their own risk tolerance, their own target, their own mindset, their own skills to feel others. So you need to find your own edge. I replied to someone on the Discord today. He was like, "Oh, come on! I mean, I never can take the same trades than the coaches." And he was like, "Dude, they are explaining the reasoning behind every opportunity. They are telling aloud, talking aloud, what key levels and what kind of reaction they are expecting, and you still are late on these moves." Uh, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what to say on these kind of scenarios, because something really important that I told you a few days, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, is you can copy the strategy, but you can't copy the discipline and dedication, right? So you need to do your own thing. Bets boy, you work drunk. I work drunk today. PV, I only use market orders. I only use market orders. Uh, they're, for being honest, on the kind of plays that I do, 1, 2, 3, 5 cents of slippage, they don't make the difference. I mean, they do, but it's not that bad, right? And I prefer always to be filled my whole order instead of like partial orders, or when trying to take profits and my order not getting filled. So I prefer market orders. That's peace of mind for me. Uh, all right. Microsoft break and retest, 5 minute opening range low of the day. It was not perfect retest, but you have the idea. Look at this, 516 here, 516 round number, hold number, 516, break, retest of that, 1, 2 candles for confirmation, and then you aim to 514.50 or 514. Well, it never hit 514, but 514.50, half number, 1 to 2.6 risk reward. That was a nice one. What is this? Palantir. Anyone is trading Palantir these days? Okay. What advice can you give in terms of holding my trade to let it play out? Holding after taking the first profits, or just like I enter and I'm looking for my first targets? It's different, right? Hey Neto, can I use Tradezilla with paper trading? I think you can. I think you can. Just looking for first target, brother. That's different. I mean, it's then it's not about holding. It's about actually identifying good setup. If you can't, if you are not consistently hitting your first targets on your trades, I think it's something with your setup selection instead of like holding your position. Um, you are on the Scarface community, right? Okay. Are you in Traders Lab or something? Traders Edge. Do you use Circle for the community? Anyway, if you are part of any of the communities I belong, just go there, tag me there, and I will help you with your question here. Um, Tenzin and Declan. I don't know for other brokers, but my experience shared with Webull is that you can download your log, meaning your history, right? Like your buys and sells with so you can download your log in a CSV file, something like the Excel file, but just I don't know, different, but it's similar. And you can upload that to your trade seller, and you can actually create a different account on trade seller. So in my case I have a different account for my swings and for my day trade, and also I have a different account for my day trade with my usual account and my day trade with my forward testing account. So uh, if your broker can give you the log of your entries and exits on the paper trading account, yes, of course you can do you can have your paper trade account on TradeSeller. Just make sure that you don't mix the accounts. All right. Um, Mumu as a backup broker. Yeah, ESDC. I do have. Um, I mean, for day trading, I use 99% of the times Webull. And when I'm saying 99% of the times, is the other 1% of the times, it's because I'm trading with my sister or my brother-in-law. They are in Mexico, so they use IBKR. And because we share screens, I use IBKR so they can, like be looking at the same things that they have. But I usually use only Webull. Is Thinkorswim for a yeah, that's actually one of the best. Yeah, Thinkorswim is one of the best. Tencent. No, 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 no. You can have several accounts on TradeSella, and you don't pay extra. Just make sure that you have created the different accounts, so you can, like when you upload your trades, you make sure that they are hitting the right account. Uh, okay, you took AMD to the downside. All right. Tito, field problems with Webull other than yesterday, Tito? I mean, yesterday it was like an overall uh, data issue, but other than yesterday, are you having issues with Webull? I really think that it works great. Uh, TOS, good for options trading? Yes. Um, TOS interface is difficult for me, brother. Look for tutorials on YouTube. TOS is one of the best brokers in the market. Felipe, only one account. Okay. Okay. I didn't know. Well, but what you can do here, Felipe, is maybe you upload your paper trade account trades, and you tag them as paper trade. Yeah, so when you filter, you can just put them away. Tito, yeah, struggling with Weeble. I don't know. All right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Felipe. Yeah, you can tag your trades on your live account and the ones on the paper trade account. So when you pull out the reports, you can just filter them. Yes. All right, guys. Apple. Guys, we don't like to talk about Apple. Why are you doing this to me? Look at this textbook break and retest. 5 minute opening range. Nice reaction. Buyers stepping in. Second candle going too high of the day. You open your position here and you actually hit a 122.5 risk reward above high of the day in two candles. This is what I hate about Apple. The next three candles actually hit your stop loss. That's what I hated. But look at this. You create this battleground zone. So resistance, support, 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 break, turn into resistance again. And when you start breaking this area here, you enter in this position, you actually can have a better stop loss, like maybe something like this. And you aim to 262.50. 262.50, or even this one here. What is this? 262.77. This is a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. Guys, look at this. This is actually a nice one. So this is break and retest with market structure of this support turn into resistance flip zone. This is the play that I like, and it works in every name. It works in every name. So talk to me. What did you do on Apple PB? Yeah, unless it's a higher time frame breakout, no continuation at all. DC 950 high of the day, 950 here high of the day. Good. This exact trade. Uh, Come on, look. No. I was thinking on AMD again. I already know AMD. I know how it moves. I love how it moves to the downside. So probably I'm gonna take AMD for next year. AMD and Amazon maybe. Maybe. Good job there, PB. 950. Same thing. Break and retest. 5 minute opening range. Good. All right. What is this? Google. Break and retest. 5 minute opening range low. What is this? 253. Round number, whole number. 253. When you break 253, you take two low of the day. 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. Actually, if you manage to stay on this trade, look at this. This actually never hit stop loss. And look at this drop. I don't, something happened with Google today. Something happened with Google. I think Elon Musk was saying like he's creating an email app and like a search engine, right? Like something happened with Google. Do you know, guys? Well, and this is the break and retest of previous low of the day. So you take another trade. If you manage to stay here, look at this drop. I really like it. Paul, where is a good beginner guide for options trading? Still don't get it. Paul, are you in any of the communities we talk about here? Um, Scarface, Wolves of Wealth, Greystone, any of them? Paul Davidson. If you are on Traders Lab. Oh, okay. Well, send me a message on Circle. Send me a message on Circle. I'm gonna send you straight to the meat, to the nice stuff, right? Um, Rajesh, OpenAI launch over. Guys, OpenAI. I mean, I'm not gonna say they are scammers or anything because they are not, but it's like if I want to skyrocket my company's stock, I'm gonna say that I'm doing something with them, even if it's a lie, even if it's not relevant. That's the this year hack for stock trading, right? Inverse effect on Google. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Brett, I know we are not supposed to be using indicators to supplement or price action trading, but have you ever used CBD? CBD. What's that? I mean that I think that answers you, right? Just been playing around with it and liking the back testing result. What's a C CB CBD? I know this CBD that Snoop Dogg uses. I know what is it. What is it? Cumulative volume delta. No, brother, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even know what it is. I think this is the very first time I read about that. Cumulative volume delta. Let me I use algos. Guys, have you ever used this looks algo tools on or indicators? I have seen a lot of your charts and some of you use them. I've been tempted to try one or two of them, but I really don't know how to use it, or I don't. If you guys have experience share on Lux Algo, please contact me. All right. Neto, what did you trade yesterday? I I don't remember, but I'm gonna tell you in a second. This is from yesterday. No, yesterday. SPY 670 puts. It was late on the day. DC, you don't have to pay. They have a lot of good free stuff. I'm gonna contact you, DC. Let's see if we can do a Zoom or something, and you show me. Uh, Neto, question. I know you are only focusing on SPY and QQQ. How much success have you found in this? Next year, will you only focus on two, or will you just focus on the current four? No, you know what? My win rate, but especially my risk reward, has increased like crazy in the past 2 months. Why? Because I've been focusing only on one setup and only on these two tickers, SPY and QQQ, with the same day expiration. Uh, it has been crazy profitable. It has been crazy profitable. Joe, if you are part of any of the communities that I belong on Discord, look for my post on the post your gains or something like that. And you will find out that every almost like every day, like last month I only had like 3 red days, and they were like small red, like every green day was like 3x my red days. So yeah, I will be focusing on that because that has been what is working for me. It's actually very aligned to my skills, uh, to my risk tolerance, and also um I don't have any issue taking puts, and I know this is something that some traders or most of the traders they struggle, but for me it feels super natural to take puts. I actually feel way more comfortable taking puts than calls. So again, this is why I always tell you that you need to find out your strategy, your setup that fits your personality and not the other way around. I mean, you should not be trying to fit your personality into someone else's strategy, right? Um, I only do mental stops. Yes, I do. Yeah, no, I do only same day expiration because only trading SPY and QQQ. Hey Kumar, good luck. Thank you. All right, guys, let's go to charts again. Well, that was Google. This was Meta. Kind of very obvious here. Failing to reclaim previous day high. Look at the rejections here. One rejection, two rejections, three rejections, four rejections, and then the drop. All right. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. I think I will take this one here. Aiming to low of the day. Yeah, this was a nice one. This was a really nice one. Why I wouldn't take this one here? Well, maybe you know what? Maybe this one here. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Just for the gap fill. Or look at this. This is the pre-market low. Yeah, something like that. That was a 1, 2, 3 reward. This is the 84% rule. Well, this is actually not the 84% rule. This is a different trade on the same key level. Can you see? Yeah, this was actually a nice one. I don't trade Meta, but if you know Ramesh Royal, he trades Meta consistently, and he's really good at reading its price action. Joe, I'm part of the Traders Edge, so I'm in the Discord. Crypto Joe, yeah, I know. Yeah, brother, yeah, Joe, just go to the Pause Your Gains channel and you will see. I always and this is something that I'm following recommendation on Tony and Jack. They always told me like, hey, you know what? I mean, I know you don't feel comfortable like sharing money stuff on the on the on the community, but it will be nice if you share, like some kind of proof of your success on your trading. So I started sharing my screenshots of my contracts, and I think, and this is just a guess. I think some of you guys feel that this is even more useful than just sharing the P&L, because I mean, if I start sharing my P&L, like I mean, if one day I make like $5,000 or $10,000, and I don't explain how much it was on my trade, I think it's worthless, right? Because I can be trading with $50,000 and making $3,000, and you will say like, "Oh my gosh, this guy is good," but it was actually less than 10%. So I think it's a little bit more useful if I share with you my contracts, how well they play, instead of just sharing my P&L. Again, I don't feel comfortable sharing my P&L money wise, so that's why I share my percentage on my contracts, and I think that's also useful for you, more useful for you than just sharing how much money I made. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you enjoy that, and if it's useful for you, just let me know. If you think I should be doing something different, please just let me know. I'm very open to your recommendations and your request. Um, Neto, how can I follow your trades? As far I usually, well, I haven't do it for I haven't do it for a few weeks, but I'm usually sharing my trading ideas on the admins channel on the Discord. For being honest, since I started trading the indices, I stopped because I don't want people on the community like just doing indices. I will prefer that they do what the community does. But I think a lot of people is really interested on what we are doing here with the strategy that we are using. So I will probably start sharing my trading ideas. I don't trade live on the community, but I will be starting to share my trade ideas on the discords uh, more often, right? K, I entered, oh, an AMD, all right. Brett, PNL doesn't mean anything, too many factors. Exactly, right? Like, yeah, sometimes it's like people, yeah, and actually people is like, oh, okay, well, Tony made $12,000 and that's great. How much he was risking? It was like 10% of his trades, or it was like 40% of his trades. So I think that I mean he does a really good job explaining his trades on the trade reviews, but on the moment I think it's easier for people who's doing kind of the same thing, you know, to look at the percentages instead of just looking at the P&L. Agreed, contract return better than P&L. Thank you, Tokayo. Um, Joe, I started my trading journey with crypto, decided to approach options a little different. Good, that's the right mindset, Joe. That's the right mindset. So yeah, just give it some time. For being honest, I really like options way more than, you know, stock trading or any other asset trading, like or commodities or gold or, you know, or even crypto. I've never been a crypto trader, but I really like options. Why? Because that fits my personality, right? That fits my personality. I think, or I feel that I'm good reading market structure. So if I'm good reading market structure, I can take advantage and leverage of the Greeks on options and make money here. If I was just stock trading, I just made $1 here, but with options, I made like, I don't know, like $400 or something like that, right? So yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. All right. So guys, that was all for me. Thank you very much for joining. Again, I'm sorry I took 70 minutes from your time. I'll try to keep them shorter. Uh, if you have any question, remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can always go to tradingperformancecoach.com. There's a contact list. You can, you know, type your questions, or just if you want to join the wait list for the coaching or the mentoring program, be my guest. And well, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.